Hi, I'm Nine Mendoza,
And I'm Misa Gonzalez.
and we're Mindful Learning Institute. Hey, do you remember when we first started talking about how hard it was for teachers to integrate new technologies into their classroom, how to get good STEAM education, and learn how things really worked in the real world?
Right, and it was difficult for them to collaborate and figure out the best way to get working together and finding solutions.
So we just saw teachers so overburdened already, and then adding any more kinds of curriculum, trying to create more curriculum, trying to catch up with the rest of the world in STEAM education. It wasn't as if they didn't want to, it was that they literally did not have the time to do it.
Right, and we saw teachers getting so frustrated that they quit. They would find new careers because they felt so overwhelmed.
Right. And students weren't getting the education that they needed.
Right.
And we thought, man, if we could just give them something prepackaged,
Yeah.
ready to go.
Hands-on tools and learning kits and materials and supplies that they can just open up and understand and work with. That's what we needed.
Good evening, everyone. We are Mindful Learning Institute. We are two teachers that are trying to revolutionize the way teachers are teaching STEM, or STEAM if you add the arts to it, in their classrooms and what is available for them.
So who here remembers their favorite teacher? Who can identify that favorite teacher right now? Absolutely, we all can. And part of what we're trying to do is bring in new teachers into the profession and not lose the teachers that we already have. And President Obama is encouraging that to happen.
And although this has been called for at the highest level, the problem is that teachers are leaving at exponential rates every year to the cost of $7.8 billion a year.
And these are not only veteran teachers that are retiring, but these are new teachers to the profession, first year, second year teachers that are looking for new careers because of the difficulties in education.
This is not only because they're overwhelmed in the classroom, but those who stay are so overworked and so overburdened with paperwork and creating curriculum that they almost have no time to add anything new.
So the federal government is asking for 100,000 teachers over the next 10 years by 2021 to go ahead and be trained in STEM or STEAM education.
The federal government is going to be spending in excess of $587 million to train teachers, not only STEM-specific teachers, but for all teachers to start integrating STEM activities into their classroom, no matter what the subject is. Additionally, private corporations like the Carnegie Corporation and the Smithsonian Foundation are going to be adding another $85 million to that pot.
So part of the problem is that teachers have to come in with STEM education and they have to build the curriculum. It's time consuming and it's difficult. They're also struggling with creating supplies for the curriculum and purchasing all those different materials.
That burden often falls on the teacher now because of budget cuts.
Exactly. And the last thing is that there's technology integration. So all of a sudden, laptops and tablets are in every classroom, and the teachers don't know how to work with all of these devices within the classroom setting that they were trained from the 1950s and 1960s.
They couldn't even get the H to go with the rest of the word.
And last, our problem is that getting the curriculum to work together. So between math and science and English and history, having everybody working towards one goal and trying to get that integration to happen.
So we really have three client bases. First is schools themselves, teachers who will be directly interacting with us, and universities who are have teacher training programs or teacher graduation programs.
So these schools that we are working with are schools that are looking for great ways to become tech savvy. They are also looking with their new leadership to involve STEM education, and they are also fighting steep budget cuts for every single district. And a lot of schools are introducing alternative programs into their education.
We'll also be marketing directly with teachers who are, like I said, paying out of their own pockets for the training. A lot of training used to be paid for by their states or by their school districts. And as a teacher myself, I can tell you I buy thousands of dollars of supplies every year. Also, teachers that, like I said, are teaching other subjects other than STEM-focused subjects and want to integrate STEM into their learning, and also teachers that are teaching STEM but want to modernize that curriculum.
And then the last group that we're looking at to market to is these new teachers that are coming through education programs that are in brand new, amazing programs. They're in tech-savvy communities and networks, and they're also trying to build in the federal funding for the STEAM education.
So right now there are 3.1 million teachers in the U.S. About a third of those teachers will fit our clientele. And we will be focusing for the first 5 years on 25,000 to 50,000 of those teachers.
And we have competition. There's 3 different companies out there that are right on top of things. They have great kits, they have great materials, and they have prepackaged kits. But unfortunately, there's a piece that they are missing. There's a couple of big pieces. And these big pieces are the cost efficiency that we provide, and then also the training opportunities that we provide.
The big key on that is that all of these companies here, the minimum per day cost for training a teacher is $2,000 a day. We bring that down to $275 a day.
$275 a day. Yes. So what we offer is teacher curriculum. It's already created. We have booklets for those teachers to work with. And those are the student curriculum kits that we provide. And then also these beautiful kits that come together, and we always have it 97% recycled material. So the teacher can buy a kit and replenish it through recycled material so the students don't have to go out and purchase expensive items to add to it.
The way that budget cuts are right now, this allows the teacher, instead of opening up a kit where there are these really shiny robotics things and solar panels and things, which are fantastic, but they're often a kit for a classroom is $8,000. The activities that we've designed are over 90% recycled materials that they gather themselves and then use our finishing pieces to put together, slashing the costs.
So the other things that we offer are initial and advanced curriculum training. So education for those teachers who need it. We provide hands-on training, so the teachers come into the classroom and they actually physically walk around and work with the students. And the last thing is that they get tiered certification. So as they go through our program more and they become more advanced, they become teacher trainers themselves.
Right, this will increase the MLI Army across the nation and make it so that it's not just 2 teachers in the revolution alone. Here's a couple of our products. This is the Mechanical Series book. Here's a kid who's built a trebuchet and is firing it at us. There's a car made out of recycled materials. And then here's the inside of one of the books. This is a bat wing, or some people might know it as rattlesnake eggs. Great for scaring your mom.
And one of the features is that it's split note-taking and the step process. So students can write and learn at the same time.
Those of you who are familiar with Cornell notes, that's the point behind that.
So our business model is to go ahead and provide kit sales for teachers, to provide training and booklets for those teachers also in the classroom and students in the classroom. And then the last part is the MLI publishing company, which everything is provided through.
So our go-to-market strategy is to talk directly with curriculum coordinators at schools, university education program directors, and using our extensive network of thousands of teachers that we already have to bring them on board with this.
So luckily we have traction with the U of A South. We are working together to go ahead and train their new teachers, and we have an agreement with that. We have negotiations with Grand Canyon University for their teacher training program, and then also we have upcoming meetings with Pep Tech high school system. And this right here is Nine Mendoza. He is the 5th generation teacher, and he is the CEO and the media arts designer for Mindful Learning Institute. And I am Misa Gonzalez, and I'm the CIO and the curriculum designer, and I was the 2013 White House Connected Education Champion of Change.
So our team needs are a few things. We need an online curriculum technologist who can help bring all this online for us so teachers can do it remotely if they need to. An introduction to target customers. If any of you can introduce us to key people, we would appreciate it. And we are currently looking for a space for a permanent classroom.
And so if you want to go ahead and contact us, we're the Mindful Learning Institute at mindfullearninginstitute.com, or you can send us an email, mindfullearninginstitute@gmail.com, or we have at Twitter, for Twitter, at mindful.com, or at mindful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.